been able to get for Monte in the series overall. Like, yes, you got that first map, and that was still pressured very heavily. The second map, we didn't see much from Monte overall, much at all.
No, we didn't. And again, that's where we might have to go back to the whole idea of guys like SDY and the coach of LMBT realizing that that's a huge wake-up call. That is a result that we should not be taking whatsoever. So come out onto Ancient. It's a map that both teams are comfortable on. It's a map that both teams' win rates in the last 3 months are pretty consistent, but in CS2, it's a lot more pivotal to the Frenchman.
Well, that will be a pivotal one to close out here. It's Ancient as the final map in our best of 3 to see who's taken their first victory in Group Stage 2, who will move on to that upper bracket semi-final game. The Pistols will go live. The Glocks are in for Looking4Org, who are on the T-side start. Monte have Julie set for 2, one of which already been taken out. Maka drawing first blood on to Krasnal. hAdji entering in from the cave, unawares of where SDY is. He'll get dealt with his bro. Tries to keep the trade game going to a 3 versus 3. He's known, tagged up to less than half. The bomb is on the site, needs to get picked up and planted here.
You wonder if they're going to try and swarm the bomb as soon as they hear it being tapped. Jocko with those Julies just trying to spam down. Smoke is opened up from long and from short now.
Julie spam, there goes one. Jocko returns to Julie fire, having picked up the dead teammate. Warrior comes up good, lucky with one more back. He knows exactly where Bro is. Will stick the whole plant and try force him into the firefight. Engagement's found, but not one out by Lucky, as Bro's 2K will bring home the pistol for Monte.
Well, it's the start that Monte needed, but you look at it from Looking4Org's perspective, 4 kills, bomb plant, you're going to buy it up for sure. You're going to try and get those hands on the Galils as quickly as possible. And that was very much back and forth. I don't think at any point in that round did it look like one team was going to win it over another. There was a lot of trading. In the end, a lot of fights out there towards a long control. Lucky coming ever so close to clutching that out to make it successful in the end.
And there's your start for our favourites. Well, I guess series favourites at the start of the day. How that's transpired over the course of the day, I wonder if that still applies.
That's very true.
Looking4Org got the bomb plant, therefore they will get the buy back. The Galils in across all 5 members of the T side.
A slow walk contact out here to A. Now they've got 1 smoke, so that can go down out towards a CT line from Lucky or towards Donut. It depends on where they want to try and exploit the space.
Exercise. Jumping around the corner, taking some damage to the player in the back lines. Warrior does land onto hAdji, the opening kill. Demka swung upon by Exercise, so it's a 4 versus 4.
Yeah, they're trying to take a lot of donut control rather than prioritizing the bomb. They tap it once, they draw the fights out in the open, but only get 1.
SDY going to try down the bomb plant. He's almost successful. Bailed out. Exercise with a kill. Krasnal comes up with 2. And Bro's there for the closer onto Lucky. So it will be a second round of retake successful for the Monte side. But that's 2 bomb plants in a row and 3 casualties in this round.
Yeah, if I'm Maka, I'm calling do it again. Buy it up once more and try and force that reset. Know how close you were in both of these rounds to coming out on top. I look at that one for Looking4Org and think they've actually done the right thing. They tap the bomb, they freeze it out, they try and draw those fights in the open, they go 1 for 1 out towards Temple, and all of those donut individuals are kind of watching for the Brokey drop down or the run out from Temple, but it's actually Krasnal that runs through that CT smoke. That was the difference maker in the round.
There is that buy-up call again. All 5 players back on Galils for Looking4Org. Now, how are they going to change things up? Will they try to similar A strategy again? Doesn't seem like it. Much more spread out on their defaults. Players in at lane, a couple kind of act out towards mid. Got some utility to provide support. Those nades coming in from the CT side. They're Exercise down to 35 without even seeing a CT. The AWP of Warrior can't connect. The nade, however, doing even more damage.
Now, that AWP shot looked very close to being a connection. Exercise, though, is going to have to be fairly careful from this point onwards in the way that he repositions himself, just because he is so low on HP. Not a lot of map control being established in towards lane. They've only just starting to prod their way forward towards Cheetah. 2 mid, 2A, and just a single player on B, bro.
Damage continuing to come in against the Looking4Org side. Lucky's now down at 8 points of health. Krasnal is on 33 from red. It's very light direct defensive on the B side. They're all held out into the back lanes, and Jocko might start to read upon this. The bomb is outside of the B door, and Bro is going to catch off Maka from the back. So are they aware of Jocko? Apparently not. Kill found. The lineup does not quite catch hAdji, but the second phase from Bro will get his triple.
A very good defensive out there on the B side. Looking4Org had started the round quite nicely with that first casualty. But even from this point onwards, I mean, 2v4, I can't even see the bomb going down, to be honest.
Exercise will try his hand at going for them. Not going to happen. HP too far gone. Crashnell gets a kill. And Lucky should be a similar story for him, just much worse. 8 points of health for the man. Not even going to be allowed a chance to get the plant. Sprayed through the wall. 3-0 on the start for Monte. And finally, the bomb plant bonuses will be negated from Looking4Org, so they might have to take a much lighter round in this context. Monte fended off the damage.
And sometimes that can be the harsh reality of force the reset if it doesn't come in, right? Like, you had pistol, you didn't win it, you could have just ecoed and got a rifle round in for the next. No, you wanted to try and chase it. You wanted to try and force that economical turmoil. And sometimes if you keep doing that and you're not successful, you end up giving a lot of rounds away. So a 3-0 beginning, it should be a 4-0 beginning. Monte are looking to extend this lead as far as they can.
hAdji down to Krasnal. Pistol facing against the Galil, and the Galil can win that fight. Can he get any more out of it? You put the smoke down towards the cave entrance, and therefore the teams will not be allowed any further access. Decent engagement from Maka gives Exercise a perfect kill on the Deagle. But that man advantage continues extending for Monte anyways. They get the trades going against that man. And Lucky and Jocko are against 4.
And for me personally, Jay, I'm not really too worried about what the scoreline's going to look like for the next handful of rounds. I'm more concerned of how competitive the rounds are, how close to Looking4Org getting to making winnable exchanges, just like they were out on Nuke. Even Bro smokes off that cave position, engages down towards Ramp. He's got to be very careful because he's the only player on B. The cavalry's still rotating in.
Lucky swung upon, Warrior gets the kill. Jocko all alone, 1 versus 4 incendiaries, make their way around the corner. He's able to get Demka out by Krasnal. Jocko! Okay. Oh, heart attack central, Monte. Jesus. That nearly fell apart.
Crazy. Crazy round. And everyone in Tier 2 knows that Jocko's got an unbelievable D behind him. But, I mean, he's just surrounded there. He's literally mollied and being swarmed from all sides. I can't believe he's nearly won that.
Yeah, I've got that feeling, like the trauma after you've almost like just suffered a massive defeat.
Yeah.
Like, oh my word.
I'd imagine everyone would just be taking a huge breath from after that round. Jeez, that was nearly a miracle round coming through from Jocko.
Okay, let's return to normality, I think. The guns are out for both sides. The rifle rounds, the AWPs in for Warrior and Maka, respectively. Saw Warrior go ham on Nuke and go quiet on Anubis. Maybe he might be the difference maker here on Ancient.
Exercise, trying to see if he can force a duel out here from main Demka out towards Donut, and it's the timing just as Exercise turns his way. That's when Demka strikes with the kill.
Flashes to further suppress any further aggression. Looking4Org don't really have much presence out there, though. Just the one man that's trying to prod. Even he backs off to consider rejoining the main T-side force on the B half.
Now, Looking4Org are going to get desperate after that loss. And this is where they need to start punishing either mid or at least a walk sent out here from cave or ramp. Lucky gets a good returning pick. SDY overextends the line in mid and costs him.
Bro's leaning forward, Mac has spotted him. Oh, does not finally engage. Bro wins another fight back for the CT forces to start extending the AWP to the CT side. Nolan and Krasnal's there with extra support to ensure that they just don't make any progress into these bomb sites here. Bomb is also known to the CT side. They'll let L4O have it because there's only 30 seconds to go for the execution of B side. There's no rotation room. hAdji is forcing out a fight or two, but unable to get the third of Bro, so Lucky in the 1-on-2.
Bro might just have to give him the respect and wait for Demka. They can double up in cave here and just peek together as a unit.
Trying to force out a fight towards Long, but now the footsteps will be heard. Now the CTs will make their way in. Can tap it again and try looking for Bro and Demka. Going back, not even going to land a headshot on the first man. And that will be 5 on the trot for Monte here.
And you have to expect that somewhere in the back of your mind on the LFO's cab, you're thinking about map 1. You're thinking about the opportunity that you had of closing this down in 2, because you've come out to map number 3, and if we're going to be realistic with ourselves, the only rounds that have been really close was that Jocko Dig. Some of the others, yes, there's been bomb plants, but they haven't warranted that final sort of kill, that final lift to victory, and that's concerning, because you can't afford to be down in this kind of deficit on a map 3.
Feels like we've gone a little bit up and down, like a roller coaster in this series.
Well, at least we've got some time to breathe for now.
Yeah. A moment to discuss, a moment to think about things. Obviously, a stop call has been called out. I'm going to assume that's because of Lucky, who seems to have stopped and spawned and is the only player that's not moving right now. So
yeah, what did you want to go with anyway, Jay?
I was going to say, like we've gone a very up and down sort of a tenure when it comes to how this series has gone, like in terms of like scoreline competitiveness.
Yeah.
Because we went from very one-sided for Monte over at the first half of Nuke to then the comeback for Looking4Org to make it close but still losing out the map to then the one-sided affair over on Anubis, and here on Ancient it's gone back to Monte all the same.
I think it just shows how unpredictable this series has been. I think that's probably the best way to cap it all off. And you now look at this scenario and you think, geez, 5-0 up, map 3 of Ancient, this is paradise right now for Monte. It might be, but you have to hold out hope. You have to hold out faith that Looking4Org are going to give us some room on the T side. The issue is it enough room that projects further than Nuke? Because I think if you finish this half with only 3 rounds, that's not going to be enough.
hAdji finally gets involved with the opening kill, this time dealing with Crastle in an instant, takes a fair amount of damage for it. Now needs Jocko to provide the support that will be able to get the secondary follow-up. Bro, around that corner, making fair noise with nades also to follow it up. That second one doesn't actually land where they wanted it to. So hAdji can just sponge more damage down the 19 HP.
You've got to think to yourself that if that HE lands, hAdji's gonna, and that's an opening pick returned. Instead, Monte have to work for it elsewhere. Now, previously, SDY got caught aggressively out from mid to the elbow players. Mac has been flashed off the angle. Now, he can just retreat and hold because he's still got teammates from Shelf that can hold his back.
Flash in, Maka down, bro. A 4-on-4 with that kill. Warrow's AWP ready for Lucky and will land him. Is he going to get a second? You're damn right he is. He's back, baby. 4-on-2.
Jeez. You look at this whole round and think, hAdji's just gotten you an opener. hAdji's got you an opening pick, and now Warrow just keeps fighting and just keeps winning. This AWP doesn't quite get the quadra in the end, but 3 should be enough to siphon off this round.
Another Warrow moment. hAdji trying to get rid of the AWP, ensure that they don't get their hands on it on the CT side. He's lost his AK for it. Ultimately, I don't think he was going to get much out of this round. That nade will deal the final killing blow. They realize they can't find the AWP. They're a little bit confused to where it actually is. And hold on to that 6th regardless here for Monte.
And this is where you've got to start thinking to yourself for Looking4Org, what is the change up? We haven't seen the quicker pops. We haven't seen the explosion with the cheetah smoke where you come out shelf. We haven't seen the explosion out elbow with the red smoke. We haven't seen the quick B pop with either the short or cave smoke or the long or variation of it. I mean, maybe Looking4Org are kind of thinking that the quicker pops aren't the answer, and that's why we haven't seen it yet. Because I think, again, this is very much similarities being shown from Nuke on their T side, where early round and mid round, they've been quite successful. They've been able to take space. They've been able to get themselves into some good pauses. They've been able to do some decent trading. It's the late round. I mean, you look at that one as a prime example. As soon as they start elevating that mid control towards Donut, they can't do anything. They can't trade Warrow, and he just gets 3 picks pretty easily.
And Looking4Org will start to struggle. In the money department, as much as they have done in the scoreline department. Eagles and Tech-9s to back up the hero AK that hAdji has here. They need to convert something. They have yet to find a round here.
Perfect utility. Just a great flash assist there from SDY. Now, Craftsville could just back off completely. He does not need to extend this line any further forward, but he is hanging around.
Lucky missed out the likes of the player in a cheater. Warriors M4 can catch exercise. Jocko can turn it back in with the AK recovered. A 4 versus 3 still for Monte here. SDY finding a kill alongside Warriors HE onto Lucky. Jocko has lost the bomb. The best he can do is try to look for exits. See what he can gain, if anything at all, and it's just not going to happen. Dealt with, bro. Close out number 7 and the half advantage for Monte.
Jeez, this is just getting out of order. It's getting so far out of control. I mean, you even look at map 1. Yes, it was a 2-8 scoreline, and there was a little bit of a recovery. There was at least room to bring it back. there wasn't a lot of room, and it showed that by the final few rounds that even it was the eco for Monte to close. Looking4Org. I mean, when's it going to come? I literally don't know when their first round's going to come. There has been some contentious ones.
Demka. Over the corner. Jocko executed, exercised, is able to trade it, keep things at 4-on-4, but for how much longer? Warrior is next up to task. M4 in his hands, but smoke to suppress.
It's intriguing that the B players are rotating off here. It shows that they probably want to take some mid control, or at least take an area of the map elsewhere. If they walk down aggressively towards mid, they could be met head-on from elbow.
Slow lean forward. Rational. In the charge back out towards the lane position. He's going to get to the B bomb site just in time to receive L4O. SDY going to hold his nerve at the lane position. Will he catch hAdji? His back is turned. The man has not quite been seen just yet. Bro does find Maka. hAdji will drop to SDY in the end. Lucky and exercise should be known with all this utility coming out from both individuals. That smoke will be able to extinguish the flames. His teammates there to hold down the cross, and Bro will end up with a triple to make it 8 on the trot for Monte. Looking4Org, looking for a break here.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, you even look at that round and just think that was a very gimmicky kind of round there for Monte. They've got 2 in A main. Now, obviously, it didn't quite show the second one. Obviously, Warrior eventually gave the info away with re-smoking off towards that main control. But then a 4 walk mid where they come up shelf, and it's just a perfect timing. Looking4Org haven't taken lane. They haven't even got out of B doors. So once SDY gets himself out towards the cubby, he's just in the perfect pods.
Looking4Org back to pistols again, half in best rounds. Desperate to catch off some sort of play into the B site. They're going to try pick up the pace. Catch off the 1-for-1 trade in a cave. Demka has Warrior to wrap things up against Lucky. He's going to be seen to that smoke fade. Quick burst to the back of the head. And now the execution towards the B site has got to get secure, but Bro's having none of it. A 2K for him again, locking in these 2 picks and looking for the last of Jocko. A 1-on-4 for him on the site without the bomb. Without much map control at all, without much advantage at all here against Monte. The best he could possibly do is get a plant, but the round itself is pretty much lost at this point.
SDY is going to hunt him down, bomb denial. And it hasn't even felt like Bro's had a life game or anything, but he is 18-0. Like, he's been the B anchor, and he's been constantly getting picks out towards B and constantly falling back, waiting for the retaking players to get in so they can compete together. I mean, normally when you've got a guy at 18-0, you just feel like he's taken every fight in the world. You feel like he's just winning every duel, which obviously he is because he hasn't taken a death. But he's just a B anchor. Like, it's crazy of what's happening right now. I don't know what to say. Again, map 1 was competitive, map 2 was a whitewash, and then you come map 3 with L4O playing 9 maps of Ancient since CS2 on an 8-game winning streak, and they're down 0-9 on their T side with a lack of bomb plants.
It feels so deflating for them, doesn't it?
It really does, because they've worked so hard in map 1 and map 2. They showed us so much quality out on Anubis to defeat that track record of only 9 losses in the last 3 months for Monte.
Considering we're shifting up where our favoritisms lie and all. Talking about the potential of Looking4Org being able to steal this away from Monte, and because of how well that they played over the course of these these last couple maps. Here in map 3, we're just not seeing that excellence. Monte are walking all over them. SDY has scored Jocko first and foremost in from mid. Burst through to the headshot. The man's gone down.
They're Looking4Org once again on the back foot. And Jocko, their entry fragger, trying to open up something towards mid. Waro can play very defensive in from red, and when that smoke clears, he can start to peer up more aggressively.
L4O slow walk their way into the A play. They're in at donut. Going to catch off SDY as the forward contact. The AUG backed up. position. Flash in for the engage. Kill on 2 players before he goes down. SDY does catch hAdji. 3-on-3 situation. The T's have evened things up. Exercise gets Waro to the advantage.
Yeah, Exercise out here towards Big Box. Has to try and establish a crossfire because they're coming in from CT and quick.
Cracknell's right back on Lucky 1 versus 1. He sees where Exercise is, but Exercise stands his ground and gets the first for Looking4Org. Finally, after an arduous and long CT streak, they're on the board.
Well, you've got to give all the credit in that round to Lucky for me. Double entry in from Donut was everything. The player of SDY that was down there towards default, your other A anchor that was out there towards the Big Box trying to deal with Exercise on the lurk. Looking4Org. They've got there first, but they've got to make it 3. They have to string rounds together. There is no other option in this first half.
SDY taking the forward phase because he knows that he can. Smoke ahead of the flames, going to siphon off any control or vision at that elbow entrance for Looking4Org. Krasnell's also prodding around the lane control. Those nades will clear up some of the smoke positions, ensure that there's no forward aggressor from the T's. The crossfire will lock into that elbow control with SDY and Waro posted. hAdji hoping for someone to be seen out here. Krasnell swings, gets the kill. Maka can get SDY back at least.
Krasnell can keep fighting up here towards Shelf, but he's lost his teammate in from mid, and Waro's trapped. He's completely trapped. He needs them to help.
He does get that first kill. Waro now is AWP, can't focus up on Lucky. He heard that scope and knew exactly what to do. Will grab that bomb on Jocko, take it right back into the site as Lucky continues fighting in mid, cutting the rotations, making a 3K happen for his name. And Bro's got to say, it took a while for them to get going, but now they're going.
Yeah, Bro, out here towards Shelf, just trying to see if he can keep this a little bit more expensive. But it doesn't happen, and I think it just shows in that round that Demka really needed to, or he needed to back off completely and almost just leave War as a sit and duck and worry more about that split potential into A. SDY falls, Krasnell tries to assist out there from Shelf, but he's just not successful enough. And then Demka is trying his best to get his AWP out of a very uncomfortable scenario. And for the first time in pretty much this entire half, Monte do not have the best of buys.
7 to the good for their name, however. 9-3 is the best case scenario for Looking4Org. Spray through from Demka, and Maka's going to find him with the aggressive face. No return frags here from the CT side. That aggression not paying off for Monte.
And Maka and Lucky slow walking their way out to elbow. Now it might have to start being a bit of a gamble stack. Waro, can he deliver with the AWP? Nothing. Absolutely nothing gained in that exchange.
5-on-3. Looking4Org happy just to slow this one down, take it a careful affair.
I think the only way that this round is winnable for Monte is if they lean A, because that's where at least 2 players are. A little bit more of a gamble stack.
Bring that third man in. The rotation is being cut by Maka though, so it might not be as viable for Bro to get involved here. SDY got to stand and fight, evading the flashbangs. The XM spams up 1, only gets 1. Lucky and Exercise take 2 back, and Bro's there to get closed out all the same. A 9-3 half for Monte. Dominant stuff from them. Can they close it quick? We'll find out after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Nothing but the fading light.
A one-sided half from Monte. Not the first time we've seen that over the course of this series, Dwayne. At least it will be the last in this last half of the series itself. Looking4Org have a hell of a deficit to bring back, mate.
Indeed they do. 9-3 the first time around in map number 1. At least came back to double digits. But both map 1 and map 2 had one-sided scorelines. Neither did the returning team come back to win it all. Looking4Org will need to change that. And they've got a very heavy stack on this B side. There's a bit of a bait setup going on here.
Only got a 4-round buffer. Make up 6 overall on the Looking4Org camp. On the CT defensive, they have spotted out players over in that cave control. The utility is coming in for Monte, and there's 4 total defenders, one of which has already fallen. SDY draws out Exercise for first blood. Lucky's Julies aware of the quick wraparounds coming in, spamming his way in with the kill alongside Jocko's double. SDY's tag. Warrow's also low, and they're being overwhelmed by the CT forces. Aggressive faces from Jocko's giving up his life, and Warrow's finally going to get faced in by all 3 CT players. And that is an all-important pistol win for Looking4Org once again.
And those double Julies just rip out there on the B side. There's pretty much an ace between Lucky and from Jocko. And it just shows that Looking4Org didn't give a huge amount of information forward. Yes, there's a bit of a jiggle out there on the cave side and the bomb side, but everybody else is tucked out to the cubby corner, out there to long. They're trying to drive Monte in. And as soon as Monte win out that first jewel, it drives distraction. It drives them to be tunnel visioned into the bomb side. And that's when they can come into just the crossfire of Julies.
Deco inbound, still able to get the kill on Krasnal. Jocko fallen. hAdji able to trade it back though. Bomb plant tapped, dealt with by hAdji's FAMAS. That fast play of these upgrade pistols, unable to find much in this round. No plant bonus, no round itself. 5th be on the board for Looking4Org.
I'm actually surprised how much they've invested into this round. We've got players with Deagle armor, and Warrior 2K is down to just $1,300. This is quite a hefty investment.
Demka. Spot for Exercise. Lucky's caught the kill on Warrior meanwhile, and Exercise is there for the quick kill of his own right, wasting very little time dealing with the Monte camp. The true guns will be coming in for the tees now.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a round that we look back on, because opening rifle rounds of the second half is going to feature, what, a Galil for Krasnal, a Galil for SDY, and probably even a Galil for Warrior 2K, unless he wants to go for Scout or the AK and armor without any utility. And yes, it will be AK armor, no util. So there's definitely some mitigating circumstances in this round when it comes to what could have been on the table.
Even taking the upgrade pistols carry their risks in the second rounds. Monte still able to make good with their AK usage. Warrow finding Exercise very aggressive there in main. Lucky's also caught with a headshot, and the A site has fallen.
And that's a shame, because you look at that scenario and you go, okay, Exercise hasn't got contact in A. He walks all the way down to the stairs, eventually gets dropped. Lucky, go in there and get the trade, go 1-for-1, and it just doesn't happen. That is pretty much lost in the round, because now there's a lack of information and there's still so much time. Monte have got everything in their favor.
The fact that they haven't got A-site control just yet, though, indicates there's more at play for Looking4Org. They now have looked into main again. The third man that presses forward on Maka. So the crossfire from Jocko and hAdji will remain. Krasnal, seen, burst fire. Jocko can get that 1 kill. Needs a whole lot more than that, though. And the AK of Bro is going to get overwhelmed. Just the 2 kills. Nothing from that FAMAS. It's now all on to Maka to try and make magic on the B-site defense.
At least if he deals with SDY, the round is winnable, because you've got a Demka and a low HP Warrior to deal with. The shadow advantage could be given up here on red on a timing.
Right, so SDY's back's turned, and indeed, wind condition sustained. Warrow is low. Demka will be naded back, depending on how close this one lands. They're going to use it to clear up the smoke. Did not see Warrow, and Warrow sees him instead. And the AK can land his 3K. And Monte can find double digits.
Do you know what that round reminds me of, actually? That Warrior 3K was the same one we saw on Nuke. Remember when he was out there at ramp on the T side with the AK, and he just came out, he got that first kill, and then he waited, and then someone came up from ramp from underneath, and then the round was pretty much over. That was a very similar scenario where good patience for Warrior to not extend straight away after he got that kill, but wait for the refrag, wait for the second attempt, and closes the round down in style.
Looking4Org exhausting their third tactical. Got money in limited amounts.
Yeah, that's
They're
what
gonna
sucks
go-
as well, because you've literally one pistol, second round, you win the opening rifle, or you lose the opening rifle, I should say, and then you can't even back it up with a rifle round, and then you forget about the deficit of 5-10, it adds up even worse.
Bring those guns forward, the M4s. Only on 3 players, though. Lacking in the kit department and everything. Looking4Org. Looking for a way out of this corner that they've been backed into by their own efforts or by Monte just being stellar. hAdji pressing in again towards his lane position. All sorts of Molotovs being thrown. The boost up there at elbow to back up the aggressive plays that they read like a book alongside Jocko caught off at ramp. It's a 5-on-2 with no trades. Exercise even getting naded. They've got such a perfect read on what Looking4Org did here.
22 seconds, Jay, is what it took for 3 frags to get presented. That was so quick. Krasnal tries to flash out there towards Cave, and it might be a little bit of a cancel for a moment. The bomb gets dropped out in the open, and Maka keeps fighting. Krasnal could drop as well.
What?
Oh, no! They've tried to go into the B site without the rest of the team, and Looking4Org have got a chance now.
Are they aware of the bomb being dropped? No one's covering it directly, but they're making tons of noise here at Cave. SDY caught off by Exercise, who doubles up to hold a hero round for Looking4Org. 2 heroes in this round. Maka with the 3K to bring it back to evens, and Exercise with the closer. You never see stuff like that every day.
I think that was the troll of all trolls, right? I mean, 22 seconds, you've got a 5v2. Rather than freezing and regrouping, you've got 2 players mid and 3 players up on B. Yes, Maka has a pretty good individual round by himself towards short, but even still, not regrouping as a team, not training off of one another. That round's a freebie. I can't believe the French have won it.
Unreal. They're
That's a
going to follow
tilting
it up
kind of
as
round.
well. The mental game and the economy game. Things are not looking good for Monte. Got those pistols back in. Flashes forward, giving hAdji a perfect 2K. Not quite as perfect, actually, bro. There's the trade back. The nades from Maka can finish off the job that hAdji had started. Demko and Warrior, last 2 players remaining. Demko most certainly knowing that bomb on his back and dealt with. Exercise finds Warrior trying to make a low play out towards the A site. Clean house against these pistols, and now look towards the guns once again. Looking4Org within 3.
And if you're the French right now, the belief is at an all-time high. Because, yeah, okay, it wasn't the best of situations in the first half. It was also them down 0-9. That's a 9-round difference, and now it's 3. Like, it is come away from what seemed to just be such a one-sided affair into now, which is what a fight is coming along. That we've actually got a comeback coming in to not only get a few rounds and maybe show us something, but to know, actually threaten who's going to win this best of 3.
Oh, those smokes coming down towards the A site. Flashes over, Demko leaning forward, those further bits of utility coming in from his teammates. Maka and Exercise lock him down at the crossfire. 2 down on the A site, 1 out from mid. Krasnal and Woro, last 2 players out from main. Lucky ends up with a double of his own. And it's an 8th on the board for Looking4Org, who are starting to really look hot on their heels. Monte, another basic eco should come through.
And again, not only was that 5v2 an opportunity to get an 11th round, it was an opportunity to reset. It was an opportunity to turn it into 12 and into series point. Looking4Org have just been given possibly the biggest gift in this best of 3 so far with that 1 round.
Maybe it was all in the CT half again, like talking so much about how the lesser halves are where these series are won and lost. And in this case, Looking4Org may have just got enough rounds on the T side to convert it into a stellar CT half. And now try and remove Monte from this series and send them to the lower bracket in the high group. Both teams, of course, guaranteed for playoffs, but for Looking4Org, how great would it be to get into the upper bracket above all else?
You have to remember, they're the lowest seed in this head-to-head. I mean, they lost a game out in the group stage, and Monte went flawless. And first in the likes of Group A up against second in Group C. Jocko getting out towards T-spawn and backstabbing in. SDY, I'd be surprised if he even gets one kill. Monte have been stuck on 10 rounds for quite some time now, and you start wondering, we've seen 3 out of 3 tacticals being used from the Looking4Org side. When are we getting a Monte tac? When is that coming in?
At this point, they might need it. But just to highlight the point you were making a moment ago there, the ranking difference between these two teams. Monte on the ESL rankings are number 7 in the world. Looking4Org are number 44.
And just to give you an idea of points, Monte are nearly 1,000 and Looking4Org have 36. And obviously, it shows the contrast, especially in the points that can be gathered in Tier 1 events, because Looking4Org aren't at Tier 1 events. They don't get those qualifications, or at least they haven't been able to qualify to them.
Maybe it's overdue. We've already qualified for one major event. Perhaps Pro League should be on the cards. It's a very distant future to get to that point, but they keep posting results like this against teams as good as Monte. Well, not out of the realm of possibility here. They have lost the opening frag around 20, though, and Krasnal's going to follow up with a wallbang headshot straight to Maka, because Monte have got something to say about that.
He's just got 2 kills, spamming through the wood panel towards short. That is so unfortunate for Looking4Org, and they're going to have to work something incredible to bring this back, because again, this is an excellent position for Monte to be in. They've got some map control towards elbow, they've got a lurk out to A, they've got full lane and heaps of time. If they just freeze and work together and trade off one another, there should be no chance that Looking4Org can tie 10 apiece.
45 on the clock. Wonder if Jocko's AK is as good as his Deagle can be. The solo defender of this B bomb site, which seems to be where Monte are going towards, or are they? They're going for a split. Yeah, Warrow's caught off by Exercise. Jocko caught off Krasnal. That's an all-important pick to a 3 versus 3, but he's still got to do the rest of the heavy lifting. There's 3 more T-side players inbound. He's got to drop the bomb carrier at least. Flash only so good. He lines up another good kill. Demka trades, and the CTs are quick to rotate. Exercise his orb. Seeing that the cross, the Molotovs are sent. 11 seconds. Will they go for wall bangs? No, they're going to go for the retake.
Oh, the AWP drops, but they don't know about Lucky out here towards the ramp control.
Both backs turn. Demka unknown. SDY's caught. Where's the last man? They don't know. Lucky checking his corners. He could be anywhere, and that is the problem for the CT player. Wallbang potential as well for the AK of the T side. Diffuse kit is on Lucky. Can he get there? Tap it. Demka looking to swing out from the open, and Lucky's got the angle held! The clutch is in, and Looking4Org will equalise against all odds!
2v5 and 3v5. What is going on right now for the French? 2 impossible rounds to win that have both been won in a single half on a single map. Monte had everything to work with in that round, and they have bottled it once again. I cannot believe the French have done that twice.
This is on. This is all sorts of on. Both teams 3 away from the series victory, and SDY looked like he had enough in mid, was only able to get that 1 pick. Lucky getting a little bit lucky, trades it back.
Quick pop up towards a ramp control, and Krasnal doesn't even need to deal with that short player because Jocko drops to Bro. They don't know about Cave. Krasnal's taking damage.
hAdji flashing his way forward. Demka will not be denied. Lucky backstab against Warrow as hAdji drops. Lucky falls with him, and Maka is all alone in spawn. Caught off by Warrow for his 2K, and Monte can respond in kind to defend their lead.
It just felt like there was a lot of pressure points in quickly. As soon as Monte go 1 for 1 out from mid, they don't slow it down. They don't regain map control. No, it's a pincer. It's a quick pop up there to ramp. A very good pick from Bro. In from ramp, into that short control. And then hAdji realizes they've taken short. They've smoked off deep CT. I have to make a play. I have to try and pop flash myself through that cave smoke to make something happen, to try and get some magic.
The pistol plays into looking for... Oh, actually, I think we're actually having a stop call being called here.
Yeah.
So, not live just yet. Have the money to buy, I think, for the Looking4Org camps. So we should be seeing them get their guns back together.
Yeah.
Contest Monte all the way through, but this round holds so much weight to it. Looking4Org with their streak on the comeback do not have a lot of loss bonus. The Monte side could be on to win it from here.
Yeah, this round doesn't really like tell a huge amount of the ramifications, right? Because you're kind of looking at the loss bonus and the reset potential that Monte have with players not with a huge amount of cash. The same sort of scenario for Looking4Org. Yeah, man, these last couple of rounds can be huge.
Indeed, they can. Looking4Org. Still have an opportunity ahead of them. They still have a way back into this matchup.
I just can't believe we're still playing at 9-0 up. That's the thing that contrasts me the most, is that, yes, it's been a sick comeback, but 9-0. Like, that was just such a flawless start to the entirety of that first half.
All in the CT side. Looking4Org. And looking for a way into this matchup from the word go. Now they're looking for a way to get back in control and take this series away from Monte. It felt so not unplausible, but they were significant underdogs in this matchup. And as things have progressed, they've gotten better and better. It felt like it all fell apart at the seams in the first half. But here we stand with a comeback that has nearly been completed. They just have to push that extra little bit, go past a couple more hurdles. And they would have won their opening matchup in this second phase of groups.
I want to know if Maka is going to get the AWP out, because the thing is, I actually haven't felt like a lot of impacts come through with that AWP. Again, he's been playing some A anchor roles. He hasn't really brought that AWP out to mid or out to B very much, but we have not seen a Maka impact kill in a while.
See if this will be the round. He's setting up utility towards that mid control where two CTs are going, but Monte are not going at all. Got smoke set for what seems to be a very fast play into the A site. Maka is the only man to defend against it. He will get smoked off. Will he see anybody at all? He's going to get ahead of the game. I think he just fired a shot there. Damka leading the charge alongside Bro into the bomb site. Bomb's yet to actually make its way in. As Exercise the first man to fall in the backstab.
Oh, they don't know about Lucky. Look at this bait. This could set up the M4. Lucky needs the multi-frag, and indeed he does. hAdji helps him out, but the bomb's not been denied.
4-on-2 situation. XDY and Woro hold back away from the site, away from the plant position. The Molotovs will suppress even further. That backstab also closing in from Jocko. Ever so slowly, Woro is dealt with. SDY needs a full-blown ace here and now. He's caught hAdji. He's got two more. Lucky maintains the 3 and maintains evens again.
That may be the best bait and switch you will see all day. Look at that from the perspective of Monte. They have gotten A, they've smoked CT, they know the AWP was big box and they've forced him away. Now they have to think, okay, even if there was 2 on A, even if there's a donut player, there's going to be 1. We've forced the A player away. Fight hAdji, we take donut, we win the round. SDY's already cut a rotate out there from elbow. What they don't know is there's 2 donut. hAdji has so much of a bait for Lucky in that round.
11 all. Monte trying to break the backs of Looking4Org, now resting off the bomb plant bonus to get them back into the buy. They've got the AWP, they've got the AKs, but they've got no map control. That has been suppressed on the CT forces with nothing shown or nothing seen over towards B. They're going to go heavy-handed on the other side of the map.
There's a lot of movement. So Looking4Org brought 3 players B early round and re-smoked the doors. That normally is an inkling that you're taking lane control. Instead, they're taking mid.
hAdji fought on by SDY. Maka can get that trade. 4-on-4 and he'll get back into that B play. There's still a lot of mid-aggression coming in from the CT forces and Lucky will pay for it. Woro with an all-important frag. Exercise backed up towards Donut. Monte Continuing to face against the man is going to hear that utility and realize he might be in trouble here.
Now, this is a round-winning kill right here for Warrior. That's a huge impact. And now you think if there is an A-split potential, it actually might cancel for a moment because that's a missed red smoke. They'll have to re-smoke it off from Warrior, and it's going to take more time to do so. Where is the stack? Do they realize there's 2 on B?
Makazorp. We want to see some impact kills. How about an impact sequence? All 4 about to face in from Cave. First man, Demka down. Still looking on towards that ramp control. Needs that M4 to provide support, otherwise he will be a goner. Nades are set back up. There's no way to be seen. The flashbang to keep that man blinded, but Jocko still holds his own. A double up found. The AWP now needs to focus on Warriors. AWP battle. And Maka will come up with the sequence he needs. A 3K to pip them to the post and get to match point first.
So disciplined from Maka. When he gets that first kill, he doesn't swing again. He tucks himself. He looks out towards ramp, and he almost relocates the crossfire. Rather than the M4 from Cubby holding ramp, the M4 holds his cave. The AWP can hold out there towards ramp, and as soon as there's utility, tuck yourself back in, drive that distraction, allow Jocko to come through with impact. And then Maka finds 3 in the end. Tactical timeout for the very first of Monte. Looking4Org, this is where you do it. Right here, claim the victory. You've worked so hard in the second half.
The first tactical for Monte coming in far too late. Series point. But it's not in their favor. Looking4Org. Looking onto those UB semis. 9 are waiting in the wings. They already defeated Sinners earlier on this evening. How sick it would be for Looking4Org to face them. Out Monte on their path exercise, facing in the M4, trying to look for SDY first and foremost. And that smoke, eyes also set back towards window just in case. hAdji there to provide that support and recognize that nobody's out here, at least not in his direct vision.
hAdji, there's got to be a timing off of this. There's got to be a contact from mid or a piece of utility for him to go for a Jocko's aggressive ramp at the same time. Oh, that spam gets so close.
Crashnall is being accounted for here, and hAdji's got him. That's 1 out of 5. 3 more around that corner. Not aware of it just yet, but they know that there's some presence. They've been spamming those AKs. The nades are able to return.
Now, Demka's got 1 flash to try and get through this door. There's just such a lack of utility right now. Exercise has even got an incendiary, and he's out here towards mid. So what they can do is just triple crossfire here towards lane. This is going to be so tough to retake for Monte.
50 seconds. And still, it's so slow. SDY ready for the swing. Checking out the top of his position. hAdji gets his kill. Demka and SDY. A couple of trades back with digs down, and it's lucky, but similar damage return. More damage, in fact, towards those 2. Demka falls to Jocko, and it's 18 HP across 2 players to win this 2v3. It looks like the end is nigh for Monte.
Just even trying to get back to the bomb territory. They need to deal with Lucky out here towards Cheetah, and the M4 towards bottom ramp. Warrow, such little time left on the clock. This is a done deal. This is a 13th from 0-9 down. Looking4Org come back to win 13-11. Madness, absolute madness that they've been able to win that, not only in regulation, that it didn't get sent to overtime.
What a match we've just seen. The starting scenes of Nuke, the comeback that